costing systems in managerial accounting, job order costing. In this chapter, it's very important that you understand the flow of costs in the accounting system as we track costs or accumulate those costs as they relate to products or services. So we're going to talk specifically about making a product because it's more complicated than making a service. And you'll remember that a job order cost card is what we use to track the costs as they flow through the production process. We're going to be using problem 6 in our chapter to kind of set the stage because it really helps to have an example of cost flows. So that's what we're going to do. Now, this is the only chapter that there's journal entries. So I'm just sharing that with you, so bear with me. So in problem 6, it says that we have Rothy Industries. They make parking attendant attire. So we've been in business over 30 years, and during September, the following things take place. So the first one, on September 1st, it says we purchased direct materials on account for $59,400. Now, when we buy direct materials on account, we debit material inventory. So on September 1st, $59,400 is our debit. And we bought it on account, which means that we need to credit. And yes, I'm going to do page flipping. So accounts payable, $59,400 on the 1st. So debit material inventory, credit accounts payable. Then on the 3rd, we requested direct materials costing $26,850 for production, all for job A. So in other words, the production process or the assembly line called up and said, hey, send over some materials. So we sent over $26,850. That means I'm going to debit work in process $26,850. And that's all for job A. And that was on what date? The 3rd. And that came out of material inventory. So on the 3rd, I would credit material inventory $26,850. So notice on the 3rd, we're debiting material work in process inventory, credit material inventory for the amount of materials we used for job A. Then on the 4th, we purchased indirect materials for cash, $22,830. Well, we're going to debit material inventory, $22,830, for those indirect materials. So notice that both direct and indirect materials go into material inventory first. And that was on the 4th. And we bought these for cash, so I need to credit cash, don't I? So on the 4th, we're crediting cash, $22,000, was it 840? No, 830. So $22,830. So on the 4th, debit material inventory, credit cash for the purchase of indirect materials.